Okay, good morning. It is July 30th, and Anicia Lorenzo is here. She does the red light. So Jake is going to get another treatment today.
When they get that bad of a saddle fit and that scarring, it's hard to, you gotta let that heal. Plus,
we bought new felt pads.
okay, and plus with this being so hollow, I mean, this
Yeah.
is just all bone that you're sitting on. So, that's why I like to see the top line built up. It takes some time. It's
gonna take time.
Yeah, it's frustrating because it's like, okay, I got this guy, I want to start working him, I want to start riding, but we got to get him in riding shape first.
I'm glad I didn't have a spur on.
Yeah. So, you know, you guys are doing the senior feed with him? Okay, so let's just continue with that. He does look like he's put on some weight since I've seen him last.
Down in here.
So, yeah. Are you guys taking like pictures and stuff, like to kind of document the weight gain?
I've got a weight tape and a height tape.
Okay.
Just see if he's gaining anywhere.
Yeah, sometimes it's nice to take pictures, and I think like we can go off that last video that you did, and you can kind of maybe get some stills of him just to kind of see, just to compare where he's at, because he does look like he's filled out a little bit more through here. This is going to take a little bit longer to build up, and this is going to be diet and exercise as well. So a lot of backing. If you get out up on some hills, that would be great. If you have any poles that you can do on the ground and just walk.
Yeah, we've got tires and railroad ties.
Okay, so yeah, lots of stuff like that's going to help build this up faster. So let's just focus more on getting him in riding condition, because right now this is more of a recovery rehab.
Nothing, I got myself in riding condition. I got to get back together.
Yeah, so and that's the thing too, is a lot of the times when we're riding these guys, we carry what we've got going on to them, and they'll start to shift to what we have going on. So if we're out of balance, if we're unaligned, if we are shifting a certain way or our weight, they're going to start to do the same, and it's going to take them out as well. So us ourselves, we have to keep ourselves in line and you know, make sure we have a proper seat with them, make sure, you know, we're using proper cues and we're balanced and we're not shifting weight to one side or front to back.
What surprised me about that is he rides really well,
right?
Believe it or not.
Yeah.
But just to me dragging my foot across him.
Well, I mean, and you got to think about it too, as a person. You know, you see how he is pretty spiny out here, and he does have the saddle sores that he's recovering from. So if you think about it, think about putting somebody, you know, that weight onto your back, you know, and then them sliding that foot over. So it's gonna cause pain and discomfort. And him bucking out and bolting isn't anything of being disrespectful or anything like that.
Isn't really a problem. It's spooky and jolting out.
Okay, so the bolting. Yeah. So again, it's still going to be a pain reaction because he was fine getting on, but once you slid this over, this is still a very sensitive area for him. So I mean, and he's got just all of these sores in general. So I would like to see more groundwork with him and not riding at the moment. Yeah. Let's get this built up. Let's get him in riding condition. You know, even if you are just doing it for 15, 20 minutes, that's okay, but this isn't ready for that yet. So let's just focus on groundwork, building the relationship with him, and getting this top line built up, and then we can shift over into the riding and go from there. Does that sound like a plan?
Sounds very reasonable.
Okay, perfect. How else has he been when you guys are doing groundwork? Is he showing any lameness or any pain or looking off at all?
He lunges fine. He steps up. He goes across, steps across with his leg, backs up.
I mean, he's definitely feeling better in this area because we didn't do this last time without having lines done on him first.
Like I said, I'm glad I didn't have a spur on if he reacted like that.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not a big fan of spurs. I think you can...
A riding crop will get you the same result.
Yeah.
With chain on the end and lead weight.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of those. I do like to just kind of work with the horse, and kind of figure them out in their cues.
I'm just getting back. I can't be out in the sun that long.
Right.
So for me to get out and work with them,
Yeah.
either it's got to be cloudy out, and I'm just getting on medication to get me through this mess.
Yeah, I mean, once the summer kind of goes away, it'll be a lot easier.
Right now, we're just hoping he puts on weight.
Yeah.
And then we can start trimming
yes,
him
and
down.
that's exactly how what you should be focusing on. Just getting his weight back up again, getting him in that condition, and then once he's where we want him to be, then we can start. I mean, it's nice to take him out.
Look at how he's
walking.
putting his head down.
I know.
You
This is a completely different horse from the first
People
time.
rub my head.
I know.
Right, babe?
Do you do any chiropractic work?
No, I don't do chiro. I'm not a huge fan of chiro.
Okay.
Reason being is just because a lot of the time horses will self-align. So after you release the muscle, release that soft tissue, they'll start rolling around or rubbing up on a panel, and they'll put themselves back into place. I've just had a lot of negative experience with a lot of my other clients with their chiros coming out and kind of putting my horse back into a painful state. Not to say that it can't be beneficial, because it can if done correctly, but unfortunately we have a lot of people here who aren't practicing.
We were just going to pull
as
on
they
his
should.
tail.
You can totally pull on his tail. Yeah, and I can show you how to do that. But yeah, so I mean, there's stretches you can do that's going to help them, as long as they're not tight. That's going to help them kind of realign themselves. Same with the tail pulls. I can show you guys how to do those, and go from there. But if you're going to do chiropractic work, do it after you've had massage. Just because if you do it before and they're still super tight, you're going to contradict it. So they're going to pull themselves right back out if that muscle is still tight, and it can be painful for them if you're trying to adjust under a constant pressure and tension of that muscle pulling.
Just like a person.
Just like a person, yeah. So it's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be painful. So if you're going to do chiropractic work, really do your research on who you're going to use. Check certifications. Check their licensing. In Arizona, they need to be a licensed veterinarian or somebody who was a human chiropractor and then went through the Arizona Vet Board and got certified through equine or through animal. So really do your research on them, because there are a lot of people, oh, I'm a body worker, I do the chiropractic manipulation. They just kind of switch the terms up a little bit so that they don't have that legal recourse as far as, well, I'm not a chiropractor, but I do the chiropractic manipulation. So
oh yeah.
Hey, stop it.
This
Methods.
horse, and the new methods, like this horse has feelings, this horse can communicate with you, and that's what they're trying to do, and they won't adapt to it. So
Especially when they throw you on the ground.
Exactly. Oh, he's being an asshole, and I'm like, no, they don't have the capability to do that.
They can't think things out.
Right, mentally they don't. I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna be a jerk today. No, there's pain, there's something that they're trying to communicate to you, and people just don't get that. So they tried to write it out, and it's like, well, you're just doing more damage to your horse, and you're not, and you're losing that trust factor, because a horse eventually will kind of submit, and then they'll shut down, and that's a dangerous horse to have.
I agree.
And
Yes.
So I just wish more people would be open to that and kind of pay attention to what's going on.
Do you think that vertebrae right there can be set down in line?
I think this is just a lot. He's got a real bad saddle sore on here.
Yeah.
And so that could be, some of that is because his top line is very hollow, but because he's got, like, you can kind of see where it's raised here. It could be scar tissue that's built up. So that's why I kind of want to see the weight first, and then we can go and see, okay, has this all just kind of, got the nice layer of fat
We think he's
coating.
17. We don't know.
Right, yeah. And then that's another thing too. It's like he doesn't look like he's in his 30s or anything.
No, but I could say early 20s maybe.
He could be early 20s. you know, but I think this just has a lot to do with the scar tissue and this nasty saddle sore, and then just being just really hollow through in here.
That's why we got the felt pads that we did.
Yeah, no, that's
Try and help him
awesome.
out.
Build it up. Yeah.
What are they called? Wool blend, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they do have like the foam, God, what is that? Like the Tempur-Pedic type stuff. They do have those. So you can also kind of check, see if those work. Check your fit with the saddle.
We had gel pack pads at one time.
Okay.
And, you know, for horses with stuff like
Yeah.
this. And they work good because they fill in
Yes.
where the hollow spots
Yes.
are and give on the other spots.
Yeah, because that's the thing too, is you can put the paddings, like the blankets, and you can build up your pad, but you'll still have spots that aren't, because those pads are really thick and they just kind of
What we
lay
did it
in.
one time is we would take the blankets, fold them short,
Yeah.
put them over this way to fill that gap. And
And
put
then
the
go
pad
across.
over it for support.
Yeah.
Look at Elwood.
Because you can't pull up and down on their spine and
Yeah.
expect them to be, you know, oh, I know what you're doing.
Exactly.
Well,
Like
I'm
his
excited now.
mentality, I'm getting the hell out of here.
Elwood's
And you
his
know,
one.
when I came off him, because I couldn't step fast,
Mhm.
he just took what, 1 or 2 steps and stopped.
Yeah, and that's awesome.
What are you doing on the ground, stupid?
Yeah. How'd you get there?
But he does ride nice, and it's a shame.
Yeah.
He's got some quirks.
And I mean, he's not reactive here, so that's why I don't feel like he's out
When I come across the top end, it's usually back here
on this end here.
where my foot comes across.
And I mean, he's really hollow through here.
Yeah.
So I mean, this we really got to get built back up as well.
I know you guys aren't crazy about alfalfa.
If you have a mare that's in season, and she's just super crazy, I love using the green on those because it helps them to kind of calm down a little bit, but just helps to rebalance the body.
Okay, she was explaining, I didn't turn on
My
my GoPro
colors.
soon enough. She was
That's
explaining
okay.
the difference in the 3 lights. She has a
So I
red,
have the
blue, and green.
here.
So I will zoom her in so she can explain again, because this is very interesting.
There's the blue and the green and then the red. So the red is going to be your more I don't like the word aggressive, but
Deeper.
yeah. So it can be like, especially on open wounds or sores, it can be a little more agitating, painful for them because it is a intense light. So the blue light is a cooling light. So if there is any heat from inflammation, or a lot of the times when you have your horses that are heat colic, I like to use the blue on their hooves because it reduces that heat, takes it out, and it just kind of helps prepare the muscle or whatever area we're working for the red light. Both the blue and green are antibacterial, antifungal, so it's great for skin conditions. It helps to prevent, like if you have open sores and stuff, it helps to prevent any type of fungus, infection, things like that.
Whatever it is, he's enjoying it.
The green is also great for the hormonal balancing. I like to use it on the mares. But it works great for geldings too, who are a little hot-headed or who just have a lot of anxiety. Really helps for that, to help calm them down and rebalance the energy throughout the body. It's also great for organ function, to kind of keep everything moving and acting as it's supposed to. So, and then it just complements the red as well. So I like to use those mainly before, if I have an open wound or a lot of heat in an area, and then I'll go in with the red, and then sometimes I'll do it again afterwards just to kind of recool it and close it out.
Very good. All this wonderful knowledge, everybody. I will put her name and phone number at the end of the video, so if you
nice.
need to contact her, you'll have her information.
And then our percentage.
No, we don't have a percentage. She's
So we're flat rate. He's really relaxing now.
Yeah. He's a completely different horse from the first time.
Well, we can tell when we worked with that red light.
Yeah.
You know, at first he's apprehensive, but then he gives in.
Right. He is atrophied, and it's just more present to me. But as far as tail pulls go, you just grab it And just kind of just pull gently. You'll see how they're, I don't know how you like this yet. Very. You'll see how they'll shift their weight to get that stretch in. So just hold it for a little bit. And then release. Over to the other side. And let him figure out what he wants to do. You're okay. Not really feeling happy on that side. That could be another thing too, like when he brought that leg over, so there might be something else going on in there. And that's why, because the other side he didn't mind. Come on. There it is. So,
did it pop?
No, but I know where he's hurting at now. It's right on the inside of this muscle. Good boy. I'm sorry. Let me get my lap. So because it is super sensitive, we're going to start with the blue light. Not that it's heat related or anything, but we just want to kind of cool that muscle off and prepare it for the red. He's super reactive to that. Again, that could be because he doesn't feel tight. I don't feel any heat, I don't feel any tightness. It could be a trauma reaction. So I don't know. But I would just continue working on him when you're out here bathing him or just loving on him. Just get your first two fingers and then just kind of just gently slide it here at the base of the tail. And just with the slightest pressure, just come in here and just graze your finger. Because if it is trauma related, if you can associate that to a positive experience, that will help him to be like, oh, okay, it's okay to be touched there, or it's okay to have my tail pulled that way. Because I don't feel anything out of whack back here.
Okay.
So that's, if I don't feel anything physically, my next thing is to go is a trauma reaction. And without knowing his history, you never know what's happening. But he actually isn't responsive with it at all right now. So that's good.
And Bob.
Hi, I'm Anissa Lozano. I am with Cutting Edge Performance Horse Therapy. I specialize in massage therapy. I do infrared, red light, color therapy as well. Kind of don't know what else to say. I'm never good about talking about myself.
Well, you're always wanting not new.
This is true. I do. I'm located out in Marana, northern Tucson area, but I do travel all over Arizona, Southern California as well. So if you are looking to, I specialize in performance horses, but I also do all horses because they all need the love too. So if you have anybody that just needs maybe just a little checkup to see if anybody has something sore going on, or maybe they're just not moving like you like to see, I would love to come out, maybe do a demo, show you what I do, maybe show you some stretches, things like that that you can do as well in between treatments to help keep your guys comfortable. That way the next time I come out, we're not reworking something out. So yeah, you can find me on Facebook, you can find me on Instagram. Facebook is Cutting Edge Performance Horse Therapy, Instagram is Cutting Edge PHT. So please give a like or a follow, and if you have any questions, you can always reach out there, or my phone number is 520-955-4132. Thank you.
And there you have it. There you have it.
I'm horrible about talking about myself.
And that's okay. You know, you're here to help the horse,
Yes,
right?
I am. Yes,
you're not
I
a
am.
public speaker.
No, I'm not a public speaker by any means.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.